Enda, you announced at the weekend that you would like to abolish the Seanad. Why would you like to abolish the Seanad?
Well, we need radical change in the country, and I'm prepared to lead that change. And that change has to start at the top and at the centre. And that's why I've committed to a referendum to abolish the Seanad and to reduce Dáil numbers by 20.
What difference will it make?
Well, politics is broken in this country. And if we're to fix those problems, we have to fix the political system. And abolishing the Senate will actually give an opportunity to create a really effective, really vibrant, really accountable Dáil, working in the interests of all the people and being seen to work in the interests of all the people.
And that's just the Seanad. What changes do you propose for the Dáil?
Well, I have many proposals for the Dáil. Essentially, I want a Dáil where the government can be held to account on behalf of the people. I want a Dáil where ministers are required to answer questions. I want a Dáil where the committees are enabled and given the powers to carry out investigative work that is currently being lodged with tribunals at great expense. And I want the people to see that they get value for the money which they pay through their taxes.
And do you have other political reforms in mind?
I do. We've mentioned health on many occasions. James Riley has published a very detailed proposal for transforming the Irish health system into what we call fair care, that is taking the best of the Dutch system and bringing it here. I was in Holland last week with him, and this system works for 17 million people. There's no reason why it shouldn't work here in Ireland. We're actually spending €5,000 per head on our health system. The Dutch spend 3,500 per head. Theirs works effectively for 17 million, ours should work for 4. And beyond that, we've published details of how you can create jobs and stimulate the economy and get people back to work. And both Simon Coveney and Leo Varadkar have produced a whole range of proposals there. Richard Bruton has published our proposals in respect of how you can raise money, spend money effectively, give value for money, allow departments to compete for money, and free up a system so that the public sector, which is very important to us, can actually do the job for which it was intended, and where there are so many fine people strangled by a system and cannot give up their best.
Would it be fair to say then that all this change happens from the top?
Well, what I've said at the weekend is that if you want to prove that you're serious about changing politics, then you've got to demonstrate that you have the courage to change right at the top and right at the centre. And what I've done at the weekend affects politicians, and it's not easy for them. But you have to have that courage and that sense of understanding that if we are to deal with the problems of our country, you've got to change the way we do our politics, and that means changing at the top and changing at the centre. And I hope to lead that change.
Thank you very much, Enda.
Thank you indeed.